That's the one thing about, working with people that you like. Man, you have so much fun. Even when things go astray, they still kind of work out. And that kind of worked out the way it worked out for you this year, because this was a crazy year for you.
And I think that's a great analogy. And when we're sitting at 3-9, it could have been really easy for guys to quit and give up on each other, but no one did. And for us to put 4 in a row like that and to continue to get better each week, that meant the world to me. And no one gave up on each other. And I knew that as soon as I showed up to work, guys were going to be there, give their best effort. And just it was so much fun to be a part of that locker room, because they're all great guys and great teammates.
But it was crazy the way you started, though. Take me back to that Sunday and the events that led up to you starting, which turned out to be one of the great things for you.
Yeah, and so that's something that Coach Pep Hamilton and we worked on a bunch. He told me, Justin, we don't really know when or if you're going to go in this year, but if it happens, you need to be ready. And whether it's week 1 or week 17, like I kind of said earlier, you need to be ready for it. And I'm so glad that he took me out after practice and we walked through everything. We walked through it almost too many times. And sometimes I'd sit there and I'd say, Coach, we've already been through this 3 times. Like, let's go inside and I need to ice my arm or do things like that. But I was so thankful for him kind of to grab me like that and kind of teach me the ways.
So when it happened, you just moved right on in.
So it was almost like, that I've been doing it before, and I'd walked through it so many times that when you go out there, you know what you're doing. And to have a guy like that, and to have a guy like Shane Steichen, who just knows so much about the game and got me prepared, I wouldn't have been here without them.
Did things kind of slow down for you as the season went on? Because people hear all the time about when guys are playing well, things kind of slow down for them, and it's almost like it's in slow motion.
Yeah, I'd like to think that it slowed down. I think the game is just so fast that it was still incredibly fast, even near the end. But you learn more. You get to go through it, you get experience, and you get to see coverages and pressures, and you get to understand it, you get to talk through it with your coaches. And so you get a better feel for it, and I think that I could even do a better job this season. And this offseason is going to be huge, spending it with Coach Lombardi and just talking about it. There's so much room for improvement.
Because you've learned a great deal about yourself, haven't you?
A ton. I think we're pretty tough. And kind of like I mentioned earlier, for us to go 3-9 and to come back and say, like, what's next? Like, bring it on. And as bad as it may be, we're going to fight back. And I think that's the best part about our team.
When you took over and you looked in the huddle and you saw the look in your teammates' eyes, did you see confidence in them, or were there some question marks?
A little bit of both. I think when I went out there, I think Hunter Henry might have said, Justin, what are you doing out here? And that's not really what you want to hear going out to the huddle.
Yeah.
But we've got a great relationship, and to go out there and I respect all those guys in that huddle, and there's a lot of respect in that huddle. And so I know that no matter who goes out there, what play is called, those guys are going to give us their best effort.
Because you could see yourself growing and maturing and playing better and better each week.
It's been an incredible experience, and that's a huge point is getting better the next week. And whether you throw an incompletion, interception, or it's a touchdown, it's the next play. And I think that's something that Coach Ripshear and we talked about a bunch, and it's a so what mentality. So what happened? Like, you got to go for the next play. You have to put your team in a position to win on the next play. And I was really grateful for that.
So you didn't surprise yourself at all the way you played?
I'd always kind of believed in myself. But to sit here and tell you that I wasn't surprised would be a lie. And so it's been a lot of fun, and definitely not the year that I expected. But to be able to sit here with you and talk about it, it's an honor.
And now you have a new coaching staff, and I know you're really excited about the new ideas that are coming in, especially for you offensively.
Yeah, they're incredible people. They're really smart, and I've only talked to them a couple of times and met with them here pretty soon. And they know so much about the game, and they've all had so much success at so many different levels. And with the guys that we have in this locker room, I think they're going to bring in some great ideas, and I'm really looking forward to it.
When you think about what you have accomplished this year, you've gotten and have done so many wonderful things. Have you kind of surprised yourself?
It's definitely been a tough year, but I think without having Coach Pep and Coach Shane, I don't think we're able to accomplish a lot of these things. And the receivers, the tight ends, and the offensive linemen that we had, and especially the running backs, they make my job so much easier. So without them, I don't think we're here either.
So you like walking around with people calling you Rookie of the Year?
It's a good honor to have. Just to be in the conversation was a tremendous honor, and especially the guy that I was going up against, Justin Jefferson, had an incredible season, and to be able to watch him and kind of see the things he's done, just to be in the same conversation as him was a huge honor for me.
You had a great deal of success this year, But now the opposing teams have some tape on you. So next year is going to be even more difficult than this year because they're going to make adjustments, which means you're going to have to make adjustments.
That's a great point. And that's one of those things about the NFL. Everyone's always learning. They're always testing out new ideas and things like that. And it's always about getting better. And the things that we made mistakes on this past season, we're going to watch them. We're going to get better. And, I think we did a great job of this past season. And so going forward, we're going to have to be better. And it's a great challenge, but a great opportunity at the same time.
What did you learn from the Super Bowl?
From the Super Bowl, Tom Brady is about as good as it gets. He's incredible, and he puts his team in a position to win. And whether he's throwing for 200 yards or whether it's 500 yards, he finds a way to win, and he's a competitor. And I think that's the best part about the quarterback position.
So when you watched the game, were you watching as a fan, or were you watching trying to gain knowledge and to find out exactly how to do things in certain situations?
A little bit of both. We were fortunate enough to play both of those teams this past season, and learned a lot and kind of had an idea on their defensive side of things, so we were able to kind of see some of the things they ran against us. But at the same time, it's the Super Bowl, and you get to watch it and you get to enjoy it with your family. So it was a pretty cool moment.
I bet you really wanted to pick his brain, didn't you, talking about Brady?
It definitely would have been cool to kind of hear the things that he's gone through and the things he's learned. That's a bunch of information that I would love to be able to hear.
But observing him from the other side of the field, what did you learn? What did you pick up that you know will help you?
Yeah, kind of like I said earlier, he's a competitor, and whether he throws a pick or whether he throws a touchdown, it's always about the next drive, and he's gonna keep fighting no matter what, and you know that they're never out of the game, and whether they're down 28-3 or whether they're up, he's gonna be the same quarterback, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna find a way to win.
It's amazing. Buccaneers were the first team to be able to play in their own stadium in the Super Bowl, which brings up another idea. Next season, the Super Bowl is at SoFi Stadium, home of the Chargers. That's got to be in the back of your mind and some of your teammates' minds too.
It's an incredible opportunity. I think we've got a special team, and our record wasn't what we would have liked it to have been this past season. We're bringing in a new staff that I really believe in, and this locker room, it's special. So I know that going forward, we can be a lot better than what we were. And it's a great opportunity for us to go out there, get better each week, play a little football at the same time.
People talk about your work ethic, and you are the consummate professional at a very young age in this league. Where did that come from?
The work ethic probably came from my parents, kind of growing up and being taught by them, and my father was my youth coach growing up, and so I kind of learned these 4 lessons from him: is treat people the way you want to be treated, never give up, do your best, and always get better. And I've kind of tried to live by those 4 rules. I feel like no matter what you do, if you do those 4 things, good things will happen.
Because that shows the professionalism in you, and being the leader of this team now, and you will have to admit you are the leader of this team right now. You have to be able to do all of those things and make everybody on your team feel very important to the team as a whole.
Yeah, that's a great point, and that's the job of the leader, and I'd love to step up, and I'd love to become a better leader next year, and I felt comfortable doing it this past season, and it's a great locker room, so I came in and meshed well with all those guys, and so going forward, I think that's going to be another thing, and just continue to be a better teammate, quarterback, leader, no matter what it is. If you get better, good things will happen.
I know we talked about it just a couple of seconds ago, about playing the Super Bowl in your own home stadium, which is what Tampa just did, and that would set this city on fire. You know that, don't you?
It's an incredible city, and to be here and to receive as much support as we have over the past couple of months has been huge, and for us to be able to give back and do something like that'd be an incredible honor. Speaking
of giving back, that's exactly what you and your teammates have done to the community, because we've gone through hell the last year, to put it quite bluntly. But you and your teammates have entertained your fans on the field, but you've given back to the community off the field.
It's another incredible opportunity, and as busy as we were in this season, I think this offseason is even better for us to be able to do that. And now that we have so much time, we're able to kind of step up and give back and do more things for the community. And so that's definitely something within the next couple of months I'd love to attack.
I'll give you a statement. It's one of my favorite sayings, and my buddies here have heard me say it 1,000 times. It's by Dr. King, when he said, "Giving back to your fellow mankind is one of the most noble things that anyone can do." And what could be more noble than what you and your teammates and this entire organization is doing to give back to the young people, to show them that despite all we've gone through this last year, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we have this incredible platform as athletes and especially members of the Chargers organization. And it's our responsibility to step up and continue this conversation, to continue giving back to the community, and to be good role models within the community.
Because with all the social injustice things that are going on and the pandemic that's going on, you and your teammates have stepped forward and used your platform in a very positive way on both those subjects, and even more so.
We've had some incredible leaders, incredible guys like Tyrod Taylor and Isaac Rochelle, who have stepped up big time and have hosted these incredible talks that have meant so much to everyone listening. And me personally, I love to listen and be able to communicate and have these tough conversations with these guys, because personally I've never really experienced anything like that. And so from my understanding, I need to become aware, I need to educate myself, so that when I do have these conversations, I'm willing to kind of step up and step out of my comfort zone to have these tough conversations.
What are some of the things you feel you have to work on individually for next year?
Yeah, to continue to master the playbook. We're going to get a new playbook within these next couple of weeks, and to learn that and to master that, and to know at the line of scrimmage if we're in a bad play that I can get to a better one. And to be in the huddle and know exactly what the offensive coordinator is going to call. And I think when you're able to do that, the team has so much more success. And so putting our team in a position to have that, I think that's huge for me.
The Chargers have had a history of having great quarterback play, and it looks like the future of the Chargers at the quarterback position is in good hands with you.
I'd love to continue that tradition. It's always about getting better, and we've got an incredible opportunity here, and I'm going to give this organization everything I've got for as long as I'm here, because there's no better place for it.